iDiski Times, now available in stores around the country for only R3.50.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. It's the MTN8 Weekend. Golden Arrows, Mamelodi Sundowns, Swallows Football Club traveling to Cape Town City. It's the first leg, so there will be a second leg, and that will have an impact or effect on the way that these teams approach these matches. Remember, 2009, Golden Arrows winning it 6-0 against Ajax Cape Town. Will this be their year? 6-0 again in the final, Golden Arrows? Well, they have to first eliminate Mamelodi Sundowns. We shall find out. Of course, you have an opportunity as well to bet wsb.co.za. That's World Sports Betting on all the matches. Very difficult, really, because last season in Sundowns, there was nothing separating them and Golden Arrows. And of course, even with the Cape Town City as well, it was tight matches. Only one win for Swallows in both matches. Tso Vilakazi, our analyst, as always, let's have a look at Sundowns versus Arrows. You were the first person to say, look, it's always difficult to play against the Swallows for Sundowns against Arrows. And when we looked at the records, we found it is very difficult. What do you make of the team, Siema, the style of play as well?
Justice, Drake, Junior. Minibulise na nemakhaya ukuthi qine support njalo iDiskiTV. Zobeka nje benjala ngijike futhi. Nkuleko it's not going to be an easy one. History yasho when you're looking at Sundowns and Arrows. Again now Siema, I doubt the technical team Sundowns they know Siema very well. Yabo, maybe they know him mara kancane. So abaqalanga bad nabo. One win, one lose. It's okay. It's okay. You can live with it.
Bashayile team on Wednesday.
Yeah, Bashayile 3-1, and sometimes it has confidence going to a cup game, especially against the team of Sundowns, whereby you need to be on top of your game against a big team like Sundowns. So I don't know how Coach Siema is going to motivate his boys, but I think they've got nothing to lose. I mean, Sundowns is a big team. They've got very good players individually, as a group, as a team. But I believe also same applies goes to Arrows. They do have good players that they can come to the party. Mtinzwa Lapayana, Chitolo, the back. They do have the goalkeeper. Is also, I think, so they do have good players. So it's gonna be on the day of the game to say Sasa Bafetu. This is how we need to take it, and then we go all out.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of starts in the league for both teams. Yeah. Maybe we've mentioned the Guti Arrows. They've lost to SuperSport United 3-1 on Wednesday. They won their first game as well against Maritzburg United 2-1. With Sundowns as well, it took a penalty to win against Amazulu. And of course, on Tuesday, it was a dull draw against Chippa United. I don't know what to make of the Sundowns. I don't know at this point, because we see there is also a transformation of the team. There's Kurisho Mudau to the right. Central midfield, there's an introduction of Umvala as a main guy now in that central midfield. And there are some changes. I see Mudiba, there's a positional change where he's either one of the three up front or one of the three in the midfield as well. What do you make of them so far? Just in terms of fluidity, are they still the Sundowns of
I can see Sundowns they're trying to put other players in the system, but kunzima, and you cannot just change it just like that, because for me, and I think he's just putting those boys, maybe training, they're doing it right. But now when it comes to the game, they're not in that level where they're really impressing to I would say to the supporters and to us as we analyzing the game. So my question again is that, I mean, you cannot just make that change. I mean, you've got Double Child, you've got Double Mkulisi, Usereno came in as a sub, Vilakazi, Penchini, players that have been there, because I believe, I believe as also a coach, players, they need to come in slowly to gel with the team. Angeke figure the season and then ungen. Well, if it happens, like Ushalulile. I mean, not all the players, they can do that.
Yeah.
Jongo Shalulile, not Rasmus, when, yes. So not everyone can do that. So maybe they took it that way, you would think. They started like that last season, and then it worked for them, and then they stick to that. So they think even now, when they're doing that, it's going to work. And it's not working for them, because if you scored a penalty, you raise some questions, and then you play the draw. So something's not right. So if the technical team is Sundowns, they will continue with the way back a corner for these 2 games. Then I'm telling you, the league is open. So for the Arrows to go to the final, it's the door is open for them. It's only them that they need to just open that key, open that headline, and then they walk in.
All right. Golden Arrows, Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes, I would still fancy Sundowns winning.
Remember, a draw is a possibility because it's only the first leg.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's gonna. Yeah, let me say it's gonna be a draw. Let me say it's gonna be a draw because I've got a feeling that Sundowns, they'll come with the very same lineup, and then it's gonna be good for Arrows, and Arrows will match the lineup lineup by 2 Wednesday Sundowns the past 2 games. So they will match that, and it's gonna be a draw. Maybe it can be a draw of 1-1.
All right. WSB.co.za, World Sports Betting. Go there, put your money on some of these matches that are playing this weekend. It's back. The Formula 1 is back. Lewis Hamilton versus Max Verstappen. They are in Belgium this weekend. I'm happy because I'm going to be watching. That's one of my favorite sports. There's also a boxing match between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. That's an exhibition game, but it's as big as it gets in the United States because a YouTuber is playing against MMA athlete. So we'll find out who wins there as well. So many opportunities for you to bet. WSB.co.za. Cape Town City at home, and they're hosting Swallows Football Club. We've seen Swallows Football Club. It's weird because those 2 teams so far this season, Bashai Royal AM, any last minute header, Kawambi, which we were watching, the 2 of us were watching that game on Sunday. Last minute header Kawambi, Swallows Football Club winning, and then of course the 2-1 win Eric Tinkler against the Royal AM. It was a comeback from behind victory. Do you have a strong sense that there is a favorite here, or the teams are slightly equal? What do you foresee happening?
When you love the 2 coaches, because I love Utrute Lapayan, I love Eric, and both of them, they've shown they can do it. It will go down to the players to say which players are they gonna put more effort in the game to make sure that they get a win, especially when you play first leg. It's very important for both teams, home and away. Look, for Utrute, I will say, hey, we breakile la line, man. Hey, we breakile la line ya kile ya ma draw. Hey, no ye draw ya kile pela. We se amaz ga ma draw ya kile wa go te. Oh, no ba bile 1 point ya but finally we breakile that line go man. This season I'm changing these things. It's not going to happen go kuba ma draw. I'm going to get the 3 point when my players, they apply themselves and they go all out. So Kulego is going to be very, this one is very tight. Very, very tight. Even though Obon with the Swallows, they've got an edge. Yoguti, they've got good signings. And they've shown against Pirates what is that they can do. Yeah. So Eric Tindler, I will say.
They've always had good players.
Yeah, Eric, he out of nothing he can come up with something good, and then Ubonoguti, he's a good coach. He always does well when he's been given a chance, and I'm proud of seeing. For me now, when I look at our football now. When I look at the bench, see South African coaches playing, we knock out. I'm very proud. And also looking at these ex-players also that are there. I mean, legend Tintla we know win the Africa Cup of Nations, you know. Usiema, we can say we take him as also our own son because he's been here for life yake yonke. Limesans, he played for Celtic and Pirates. So, you know, seeing those guys coaching and Baudlala is semi-finale. For me, I'm not gonna talk about Babe Sundowns because they've been there for years. So I'm talking about seeing ex-players being involved, coaching, playing semi-final. For me, it shows that we are moving in the right direction. So it's gonna be a very tight one, Kulego, but I still see. I think Eric will win this one.
Right. There you go. That's Cape Town City versus a Solos Football Club. Of course, on both sides, there are some key players. Key players like Onotata, players for Tanzania. I know Gutumayo has signed for Cape Town City as well. So, Abubakar Mubara, Tarek Phillips. On the side of the Swallows, I've seen some young new faces as well. Omatlo, Dylan Solomons as well. Wambi is impressing. Keleto Makhala is also impressing on the side of the Swallows. We're also seeing Indwanaga Kamal Said as a number 4 next to one Sileli Tlabika there. So we're seeing those key members of both teams. Hopefully we'll be able to see that on Sunday. World Sports Betting then is where you go to bet on some of these matches. We don't know what will happen in the matches. We get it right sometimes we get it wrong, but that's the nature of football. If we got it right every time, we would not have to work here. Just take 100,000, put it on all the matches, you win 10 million. You go and live in an island for the rest of your life. There you go. WSP.co.za, iDiskiTV, Diski Times. Thank you very much for watching us.